Hello and welcome, fellow bookworms and film fans. Welcome to this week's episode of the Contented Narrative. Now, because we are in October, all of this month's books and the booked film adaptation at the end of the month will be sort of horror-based and thriller-based. Goodness knows I've got enough of them, but believe it or not, Stephen King will not be featuring in this month because I have done quite a few of him in the past. So the first one we've got is The Laughing Policeman by Elizabeth J. Brown. Now, I was looking for just like random book recommendations. You know when you go on Amazon and it goes, oh, because you've read this, what about this? And I was like, right, okay, I'll give it a go. I'll see what it's like. And I bought it. And it was very unusual and it was very enjoyable. So basically it follows a guy called Charlie Haynes. He is an aging ex-detective and he now works closed cases. It starts off with why he's sort of like, it starts off with him when he was younger and like serving in the force and with his partner, and then it time jumps to him in the future where he is working these cold cases. Now, when he was serving in the force, his partner gets killed by a traveller. And he buries the body and everything like that. It's an unfortunate sequence of events because it's not just his partner that dies, it's his partner's family that gets killed as well. So he then sort of like, it then time jumps, but it turns out that his partner wasn't dead. His partner has been taken on by a malevolent force. Now that happens quite early on in the book, the malevolent force. So I'm just saying, like, it's not a spoiler. And this malevolent force needs to basically kill the entire bloodline of this traveling community that killed him basically. And it follows because obviously it follows for a point where they've managed to kill everybody that's in England, but somebody had escaped to America, and then they come back from America to England, and so it sets off the radar again. And it's so good. Like, I couldn't put it down, and I thoroughly enjoyed it because it's literally just like you're kind of sat at the edge of your seat and you can see how it's going to end, and you're like, oh. And do you know what? It does end well. It is apparently the beginning of a series because it says Brimstone Chorus Book 1, so I might be getting a second one. But it's the fact that it follows with this aged detective Charlie, and as he's sort of like seeing these attacks that have happened and are happening again years down the line, and he realises that this is very similar to a strain of murders that happened when he was still on the force, and it's trying to put it together, and then it's when he gets to the realisation, and it's how it all, you know, basically just blows up, and it's just fantastic. It is just a thoroughly enjoyable book. I might start with the series, but I'm very reluctant to start series nowadays because I've got so many books to read. And thank you so much to everyone that's been recommending me books to read, because honestly, I promise they are on a list. They are on a very, very long list. But I would 100% recommend this book. It gets a 4 out of 5 from me. It would get a 5 out of 5, but I do think it gets between the original sort of like spate of murders of the travelling community of the Boswell line to when it then jumps forward in time. It does take a little bit of a detour, and it does kind of like take you a couple of seconds to get through that, but then when it picks back up, it picks back up very well. So that's why it gets a 4 out of 5 from me. If you read this, please let me know what you think of it, because as I said, like, it's just one that I kind of came across, and it's not one that I'd even really heard about until this. So I was like, oh, exciting. If you agree or disagree with anything that I say, please leave it below in the comments. If you click subscribe, you'll be alerted whenever a new video comes out. Thank you so much for the fact that I am over 100 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting me. And remember to always keep it contento.